Hello everyone, welcome to the update to the Sacred Seal tier list. Now before we start, I want to also announce something. I'm basically going to be taking a nap after this, and then I'm going to be working on the refined theory crafting of the month. So if you want me to cover certain characters, well, be around on chat on Twitch whenever I'm gonna be working on this, I guess. If you want to know when I go live on Twitch, the best way to do it is just joining my Discord. Link of both will probably be in the description, as I typically do. But enough of this, and let's talk about the new seals. Now, before we start again, those seals have been added from this month's update: Warding Stance, Speed Res Bond, and HP Speed 1. I'd say HP Speed 1 might be worth making, depending. It's mostly for Bright Fjorm, because the best thing with Bright Fjorm is our weapon, and if you combo this with Sudden Panic, both of them at the same time. Warding Stance is okay. It's just okay. And Speed Res Bond is, get the fuck away from me, I guess. But yeah, moving to the actual seals being added. So first off, we have Speed Res 1, the absolute worst combination of stat that we've ever had. Fantastic. It's even worse when you realize it's in the seal slot, because the thing is, right, speed is not bad. Res is a problem. See, here's the thing. Res on a res tank, unless it's, you know, melee or a mage with mystic boost, is often wasted. And if it's on a melee unit, well, only specific units will really benefit from this. Speed Res Bond is also better in a lot of situations. And to just add insult to injury, since it takes your seal slot, you can't even use the 2 res you get for ploys. Yeah, well, you can, but you'll only ploy 1 time instead of twice, so what's the fucking point, right? So this is why it's just so much worse than just a normal speed plus 3 seal. It is a slightly cheaper alternative, I guess. Though, I say that and then I realize if you just upgrade once and not twice a speed seal, it's half the price. You just don't get the rest stat, but the rest stat is honestly very awkward to use. So, yeah, in general, just not really a good seal. It can be useful here and there, but it tends to be more niche than anything. Moving on to a more interesting seal, let's talk about Renewal. Now, Renewal is a bit strange, and honestly I should have put Speed Res 1 to a tier lower than what it is, but Renewal is a bit strange. It can have a lot of application, like for example the fact that Quick Riposte is a B skill. You can combo this with Renewal, or you can just do the opposite and just run Renewal as the B skill with Quick Riposte. Just another reason why Quick Riposte is such a good seal. To just keep your HP high and just maintain it as high, so Quick Riposte just can keep going. Or just not get in a fight, or rather, not have to rely on special that heals you in battle to heal you back in Quick Riposte range, which can typically backfire on you. Can also be good with Fortune users, just because that way they can heal more and easier. And that's kind of it. It's really mostly this, and to some extent some tank, but the problem is the seal skill on your tank tends to be very busy. What I mean by this is you have Quick Riposte, Attack Def Bond, Close Defense, Distant Defense, Attack Speed Bond for speedy tanks so they can use no follow-up easier. you just have so many more options that will typically help you a lot more than this. That's just the problem of it, really. Renewal is a solid seal, it's just niche, I guess, would be the best way to put it. And now let's talk about the absolute best seal of this banner. A banner? What the fuck is wrong with me? Of this batch of seals. Brazen attack speed is insane. So there's two things you can do with it. Well, one of the things that's kind of awkward about this seal is that it's taking the seal slot, so you can't really run seals such as Flashing Blade and Heavy Blade in your seal slot. However, you can run them in your A skill, which is especially relevant since now we have Flashing Blade 4, isn't it? Since you don't need to have that in your seal slot, it's 5 damage, and Brazen attack speed on top of it is not bad. It's just basically running, well, Brazen attack speed as your A skill, and then just have an extra 5 damage out of nowhere on top of the Flashing Blade seal. It's just better. And yeah, it's just fairly solid on that regard. Brazen attack speed in general is a fantastic seal. You can also just run a Heavy Blade or Flashing Blade, just 3. Especially Heavy Blade, because it's such an in-demand skill in your A skill, and then run Brazen attack speed in your seal skill, effectively giving you multiple Heavy Blade user. Like for example, I will most likely upgrade Brazen attack speed for my boy Quan, and then run Heavy Blade as his A skill, killing my Ike that has been gathering dust for the past year, to just give him Heavy Blade, and therefore I'll be just able to charge while also keep my Brazen active, which is fantastic for him. It gives him a lot more options. It's kind of like it's kind of the main combo, because Heavy Blade is such a hugely in-demand seal, and it's not by a small amount. Every Cav unit using Gale Force, Heavy Blade. Every flyer using Gale Force, Heavy Blade. Like, you don't even have the option to Flashing Blade, so... So having more options like this is absolutely fantastic. Another thing that could be fantastic for Brazen users is to just rely on your bulk for a unit with, say, optimally speaking, like 31-32 speed, 30 plus defense, and a good chunk of attack. Linus comes to mind, but Linus already has Brazen attack speed, so you should be running Brazen attack def as a seal. But other unit comes in mind, like Quan. Quan hits a really solid chunk of speed, and on top of it has a really high attack stat, and his defense stat is fairly decent on top of it. And then you realize that his lance also provides 5 attack and def against everything that is in the flyer, and his 16 might. You get the idea. It can be a fairly nasty combo. Sigurd is also another unit that can actually really use this fairly easily, actually. Ares, to some extent, if you go speed plus, is fantastic with this. You have a lot of options like this, where they just have like okay speed, okay def, really good attack, and then if you just slap Brazen attack speed on them, they suddenly become a speedster with a fuck ton of attack. So yeah, just thought I'd point that out. I guess that's about it. It's, as per usual, the Sacred Seal videos are always fairly short. Don't expect the Refined Theory crafting tomorrow. I don't want to overwork myself too much, so I'll probably not be recording tomorrow. I'll be recording on the 29th, because on the 30th it's the legendary banner. We should have the stats, and I'll be working on the legendary banner review, or mythic banner review. It's the same thing. And then I just don't want to really force myself too much. For instance, this video, I could have done without having to do it, but I already made engagements that I would be working on Refined Theory Crafting today, so I didn't want to push that back too much because I've been pushing back Show Me Your Build a lot. Which is most likely going to make a comeback on the 3rd of next month. It's just so... and it's going to be every 3rd of next month, of every month after this. I know I've been pushing it for a while. It's not because I don't want to do it, it's just because I keep remembering that I already used this time period for something. Like the 26th, 27th, I'm basically working on Refined Theory Crafting. On the 30th, I'm working on the Legendary Banner Review. And therefore the 3rd of each month sounds about as good as I can make it for... well, Show Me Your Build. So sorry for those who have been looking forward for those. It's coming. It's coming. It's just, well, you know, I kind of suck at this. But yeah, sorry about being a bit rambly at the end. As per usual, have a nice day, everyone, and I'll see you all later, probably on Twitch or on Discord. Have a good night, everyone. Good night. Have a good day, everyone.